From author Brian K. Morris comes an epic tale of armor forged by a god, a hero forged by courage, and an ancient menace poised to re-emerge and threaten our world. Volcana, Rebirth of the Champion, is available on Amazon.com. Get your copy today.
Welcome to Nevermind the Furthermore, your morning dose of creative conversation and coffee with your host, Brian K. Morris, independent publisher, freelance hybrid author, award-winning playwright, Facebook famous YouTuber, and former mortician's assistant. Get ready to start your day off right.
Seconds.
Now comes the part where we throw our heads back and laugh. Ready?
Ready! And good morning, everyone. How the heck are you? Welcome to the Wednesday, May 26th episode of... No, it's not. Wait a minute. It's Friday, May 28th. I forgot. I skipped a day. Anyway, thank you very much to Nick Tockert for stepping in so wonderfully on Wednesday. He did a fantastic job. And next time you see him, you let him know. In fact, you can really thank him by watching the Historical Fencing Guild tonight and leaving a like on his YouTube channel, would you please? Anyway, he was fantastic, and so were you, just like the ending of the Ninth Doctor season. But anyway, glad you're here this morning. We've only had half a cup of coffee. We're going to try to make it through until the refill comes through. But anyway, good morning. Welcome. Hope your week has gone well. We'll be talking a little bit about my week probably, but we definitely want to talk about something that's happening tomorrow. But first of all, we want to say our thank yous because we should always have an attitude of gratitude. And first of all, we want to say thank you to the Rising Tide Broadcast Network. And check this list out. We are ever expanding, and anyway, as it is, we've got your entertainment and information covered 7 days a week. So check out these wonderful shows. Take a screenshot if you would, and check out all of our shows. We've got stuff on Facebook and on YouTube, and please subscribe to our folks' YouTube channels. Now today, we will be having Drinking with the Davies later tonight at 6 p.m. All times will be Eastern, because that's how I think anymore, at least since I left Illinois. And Chrissy and Ted Davies are going to make the dumpster fire. If that doesn't entice you, I don't know what will. What sounds better in the morning than flaming garbage, right? But anyway, check out the Drinking with the Davies at 6 p.m. tonight. Then at 7 is Michaela Jade's Tidbits and Scribbles, where she talks about writing and how to advance your career. And then is the aforementioned Nicholas Anthony Tockert at the Historical Fencing Guild. Please check out that show. It is wildly entertaining. You will love it. And speaking of the people I love, there is the mention of our Patreon subscribers. And Patreon is a subscription service where you can directly support your favorite creators financially. And for a modest amount every month, you can get mentioned on our shows or read our weekly blog, or even a little more. You can read some of our works in progress, as well as even download some copies of our book. So please, please, please check out what we've got. We'd be grateful to have you. And these people have helped keep our show on the air. There are expenses that go along with running a show like this. And we're grateful to our Patreon people for helping us in this regard. So anyway, if you want to be part of our Patreon crew, please check us out at www.patreon.com/Brian K. Morris. Something else I'd be grateful for you to check out would be my latest book, Snow Ambition, part of the Snow Short series. Quick read crime adventure. You will dig it. And I had a blast writing it. You'll have a blast reading it. I've gotten some good feedback from people who have read it so far. So please pick up your copy today. Only 99 cents, available on Amazon. And speaking of being available, let's see if this works out. Yes, tomorrow at 10 a.m. Central Time and going till about 5 p.m. In the evening, the Indie Author Book Expo invades Peoria, and you see some lovely, lovely people there. And we are going to have a blast tomorrow, and we hope you show up. I believe admission is free. We're going to be at the Peoria Civic Center at 201 Southwest Jefferson Avenue in Peoria, Illinois. And it's going to be a blast. We hope that you come join us. I will be there. I will have Pulp Realities issues 1 and 2, very limited amounts. So grab them while you can. I will sign anything you want for free, but if you don't want my signature, it's an extra $20. Just keep that in mind. And we do take all major credit cards, and we give them back when we're done. So also, if you're watching us on the rerun, we appreciate your being here just as much as if you were here live to interact with us. When you're watching this and you enjoy any part of it, please leave us a thumbs up on YouTube or a like on Facebook, and please like the page on Facebook you're watching us on as a thank you to them. Also, please, if you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe. We have just passed 500. We've just passed 505 subscribers, and we're grateful for each and every one of you. Our goal is to hit 1,000 before the end of the year, and we'd really love to have your help with that. So please check out the rest of the pages you're watching on Facebook. And now let's get into the show. I've delayed long enough. 7:55 is long enough to wait. And also, one more thing. Also, if you're watching on the rerun, leave us some comments on YouTube, and we will do our best to reply to you. I'm gonna I want to put something up here to remind you. Let's see if I can find it. Yes, there it is. Okay, here we go. We got a crawl. Yes, we have a crawl. If you enjoy what you see, please take a moment to like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe, because that's what all the cool kids and their friends do. And you want to be one of the cool kids. We know it. You are the cool kids. And speaking of the cool kids, let's get to them right now. First one in the gate, it's Teresa Dunn at 9:37. Good morning, Brian, and furthermore, have a great weekend and good luck in Peoria. Thank you, Teresa. I just wish you could join us. Teresa's feeling under the weather right now, but Teresa is feeling a little bit better. Please send your good vibes to her, okay? And love you, Teresa. Mwah. Thank you for the well wishes. And the skunk rockers right behind her, saying, morning, every morning. Today's weird random factoid is brought to you by Stupid O'Clock. During our guitarist discussion last night, we didn't bring up Peter Frampton. See, told you we're stupid. Check out Stupid O'Clock every Thursday at 9 Eastern and every Saturday at 11. Well, I'm going to have to go back and see that. I play guitar very badly, i.e. practically hardly at all. I used to play guitar reasonably well. And I bought myself a guitar actually at the start of the pandemic. A buddy of mine from Chicago, the great Paul Burrell, he had a Superman guitar, and I've showed it off on the show several times. And it's a beautiful work of art, and it's got some wear on it, which I seriously think is hot for looking for a guitar. I saw one of Billy Joe Armstrong's guitars one time, and the back of it, it's all nice and shiny on front, but the back of it, where it's been touching like his belt buckle and everything, is just worn down to the wood. And I thought, oh my God, that is a gorgeous guitar because it's being used. So anyway, we're gonna check that out last night because I know that show is just as good on the rerun as it is fresh. Skunk Rocker continues. One of the secret boss characters in the video game Undertale is So Sorry, a character created from a Kickstarter backing where for $1,000 you could submit your own created character for the game. Oh, that is a very cool level. I like that. Unfortunately, the individual who bought it used his first Sona, making Undertale the first video game to have Rule 34 art before it was even conceived. Wow. And for those of you who don't know what Rule 34 is, ask your mom and dad. Okay. Amy Hale, who I will see this weekend, and so will you if you're at the Indie Author Book Expo. Good morning, all listening as I pack and prep for Peoria, leaving soonish. Yeah. There is an outside chance I could have my helper with me tonight, but it is going to depend on how much they get done tonight. It was looking at first, I thought, well, if she's not going to go, I'll go over tonight and get a room. But by the time she learns what her fate will be, I might as well just go to bed early here and have her wake her up when she comes home. So wake me up when she comes home. Coffee. So I will see you, darling. I'm looking forward to it. And looking forward to my eggs. And I got your stuff. I got the attacker. Right now, by the way, what I'm referring to is if any of you enjoy Kraken, check your local adult beverage stores right now, because Kraken has put out a line of bottles. I got one called Indiana Attacks, or Kraken Attacks Indiana, and you can register to go squid hunting. It looks like a lot of fun. And Carl Witzman and I checked, and they do have a bottle for every state. Now, I'm not going to go crazy and get all 50 of them, okay? And poor Puerto Rico, I don't know if they get one either. But anyway, it's going to be a good time. I'll be glad to bring that over, and hopefully you'll have Illinois over there too. So anyway, if you like Kraken, check your local alcohol monger and see if they have your state available as well. And Michaela J, good morning. I'm excited for the book expo. So am I. I seriously am. I mean, folks, how can you not get excited by this lineup? Unfortunately, we've got a couple of them obscured. Sorry. Anyway, it's going to be a good time. I'm so looking forward to distributing hugs and seeing my dear friends in our circle here. And it's going to be a great time, and please come see us. We would love it if you did. We promise to be entertaining. Oh, and plus, Saturday afternoon, we will be on Pops Van Zant's CromCon 14 this weekend, sometime Saturday afternoon. It's going to be a lot of fun. We will be broadcasting live from the Peoria Civic Center. And it's just going to be a blast. It's going to be we are going to probably be sick from laughter by the end of the day. It'll be great. Plus, you can get some really cool books and meet some really amazing authors. And if you have any questions about writing or getting into this industry, oh my God, you talk about, if facts are your target, this is a target-rich environment. We all have our journeys, and this is a chance to come up and ask us how we got where we are. It's a great opportunity. That's how we got where we are. We asked other people. And morning, Amy, morning, Skunk. Michaela is so excited, and I love to see it. And Molly Daniels, good morning. Safe travels, everyone. Thank you, sweetheart. I appreciate that. Wish I could be there. So do I, but the evil night job demands my presence. Ugh. I agree. Shame on the evil night job. I wish you could be there, hon. It would be a blast to have you there, and it will be even better if you were there, even just attending. But anyway, we will think of you. We miss you, and there will be other opportunities down the road, I promise. And Ted Davies Artistry, good morning to you, my friend. I love you, and I hope you're having a great Friday. Tune in tonight to Drinking with the Davies. I will be watching. It will be I am looking forward to the dumpster fire and bounce, 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 bounce wall. Oh, Michaela is beside herself, apparently, or she's lying in a pile on the carpeting. I don't know. And A-Cup Creations, hello, beautiful people. Mwah, darling, how are you? Keisha, I'm looking forward to seeing you this weekend, and thank you for being there to be kind of an extra set of hands. It'll be great to see you anyway. But I'm excited. I'm just beside myself. I just want to pack up the van right now, gas it up, and drive. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to see my buddy Carl Witzman there. Carl, how are you this morning, sir? Hope you and Donna are doing well. Looking forward to spending tomorrow with you. It's going to be so much fun. And morning all from the desk of small press publisher Joe D. McPhee. So good to see you. Thank you for being at Comic Book Spectrum last night. And Joe, I'm figuring you and I have got to have another clever title pending. We'll talk comic books. What do you say? Yeah, because Joe is our designated pinch hitter if one of us should have to drop out. But anyway, Joe, thank you for being there, man. I really appreciate your presence. You have great comments and great questions. Please check out Comic Book Spectrum. Last night was a fun show, and we tend to have fun with comics. We're not like these grumpy shows that, well, all comics suck, and I'm still buying like $800 worth of them a week just so I can tell you how bad they suck. You know, and I'm an expert in comics because everyone knows that Peter Parker is Superman. I see so much willing ignorance in a lot of broadcasts. That's why I appreciate the ones I do support, like on Indie Volt and and us. I like us. Anyway, okay, enough coffee, Michaela. For Michaela says Carl Witzman. Yep. And hello, Michaela Jade. Hey, I just saw your evil twin bouncing off a wall earlier. And Ted Davies Artistry says, get ready for drinking with the Davies tonight at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Ted and Chris will mix up the dumpster fire. We will see you there. I will see you there. I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be a good time. And Michaela hasn't even had coffee. Oh, sweet God in heaven. Someone pulled her pin. She's about to explode. And poor Molly in the evil job. I agree. It would be a lot even more fun with Molly there. There's a whole bunch of us I'd love to see at this thing. There ought to be, if one of us had any organizational skills, we ought to find a venue reasonably inexpensive with good parking and create our own convention. There's enough of us, from Illinois, and we could probably lure in a couple from Ohio, from Iowa, and of course me, and it's like, why not? And Carly, hello to you, darling. Looking forward to seeing you tomorrow also at the Indie Author Book Expo. It's going to be great. And hi, Carly. Oh, Michaela's so excited. A fire and a dumpster and alcohol. I'm so there. Usually it's me in the dumpster after the alcohol. But anyway, it'll be great. And you all be safe traveling to the show and have fun. We plan to do both, Ted. Thank you very much. We wish you could be there, brother. One day soon, we will have you there too. And everyone's saying hello to each other. And I just poured my second cup. I'm still halfway through my first. I started talking, and it's Bizarro Brian. Yeah, no kidding. No, we had Bizarro Brian on Wednesday, except you could tell because he was entertaining and had his act together. But no, it's hi, sweetheart. How are you? And yes, Teresa Dunn, it is Friday, and it sure is. And he did. I didn't know about this. Oh, yeah. But anyway, no, as you know, again, thank you to Nick Tockert for pinch hitting on Wednesday so admirably. Didn't he do a great job on Cannot Find the Furthermore? It was great. If I'd known he was going to do that, I'd let him have some information to use on my branding. But anyway, no, we did the jury duty thing on Wednesday, and it was a good experience. If you ever want to be appreciated and truly loved, go out for jury duty, I swear, because we got there and everyone at the courthouse was so cheerful and really nice to us. And this turns out this was the first. They have more than one courtroom rather, in Lafayette, Indiana, and this was the first live trial they had in 16 months. They closed, of course, the courthouse at the start of the lockdown, and we still, because of the county health department, we still had to do social distancing and wear masks and such. But everything was sanitized, everything was wonderful, and everyone was lovely. The judge was fun, and our bailiff, she was a delight. And then we got into the question asking phase. And it was kind of funny because the prosecuting attorney was discussing this, showing us that there are parameters in which we must think, and that there were 4 charges involved. I'm not going to tell you it was a criminal case, and I'm not going to tell you what it was. But anyway, she was saying, well, we have to prove all the elements of this case in each charge. And it's like, if I gave you a cheeseburger and we established that a cheeseburger is a bun, a slice of cheese, and a meat patty, okay, then we've got a cheeseburger. Now, if I give you 2 buns and a patty, do we have a cheeseburger? No. And these questions were to get us into the mode of thinking like a jury. And then we started talking about the crime, which now you should have a question. Now right about now is when you should be figuring out, aha, they're talking about something someone owns. We were all starting to not talk about it in terms of the actual crime, but as the cheeseburger. And then she started talking about, what was it? Oh, the judge said, in his instructions to us, I don't want you all, taking any alcohol today. I don't want you drinking. I don't want you getting high or anything. You need to be sharp on this thing. And then she goes to the cheeseburgers, and then the defense attorney starts out and says, I never thought I'd be at a trial where all we've talked about so far is eating cheeseburgers and getting high. So, okay, this is a party. And then I got into a discussion when during my, I talked with the defense attorney. I got into a discussion about the parameters of the trial, and I don't think he and I agreed because I did not make the first cut. They called, I think they said they called, they probably called about, I'd guess about close to 40 people, because not everyone will make the final cut. I've been called for jury duty before, and I didn't even get to the interview phase because they've got this stuff scheduled. They knew this was going to wrap up in one day. And I don't know what happened. In fact, I think because of the social distancing, we could not admit everyone who came in late. I was like about the seventh one there that morning. So I got in, but it was kind of interesting. I got into a discussion about the cheeseburger, and it was discussed. The defense was saying, well, if they didn't charge, what if this wasn't my friend's cheeseburger? And then the question was going around, well, how did they phrase it? It was something along, well, if we can establish that somebody else had the cheeseburger, do you think it's right that we have a trial and we don't have the true owner of the cheeseburger there? And I said, but isn't the parameter of this trial to establish if this person here if it's his cheeseburger? And I'm, and also I told him that I did take the Citizens Academy twice, and I was friends with some of the police, not the people involved with the case, but I did have an acquaintance or two in the police department. And I was just envisioning the minute that came out of my mouth, I was just envisioning them, like the defense attorney and all the bailiffs and everything, opening the door so there'd be nothing to impede me on my exit from the courthouse. But anyway, I did not make the first cut. And that's perfectly fine. But the thing is, I was really nervous about it going in. But I have to say, if you're ever called for jury duty, go for it. One, it's a good experience, especially if you're a creative person, because you got grist for the mill. I came up with a story idea while I was in there, a potential Abraham Snow story. But the thing was, here is an opportunity. The judge likened it to voting. You live in a terrific country for the most part, and it has its hiccups, but part of the price is you vote, you pay taxes, and when you are called upon to be a part of the justice system, you serve on a jury. And it is, I can make light of it, but the fact is, it's a very important function. We are a balance to the legal system and to the judicial system, in that we are the ones who come in and impartially decide the fate of a person or people. This is life-changing stuff. It's a huge responsibility, and I'm sorry now that I couldn't serve on the jury. I was also greatly relieved I didn't serve on the jury, but it is a privilege, and it is something that I'm pleased I got to do. It was a great experience. And doing this in reverse tonight, yeah, we kind of got everything out of order from the start, but that's okay. I'm out of practice. And Tyrone Tony Reed Jr., check out his great Solad series on Amazon. Good morning, everyone. Have a wonderful, fun, and productive day. And yes, and definitely you will if you go to TyroneTonyReedJr.com. It is great inspiration, Tyrone Tony Reed Jr. Thank you for being here, brother. I so love talking to you. And Brian changed all the locks and put in a home alarm, so I couldn't help. Yeah, and that's just to keep the guard dog away from him. Skunk Rocker said, I wasn't pinged on anything. Well, that's not my fault. Pinging is not my fault. But we did run our intro, and it's beautiful. And Brian Glenn Fleming, please, everyone, just abandon me. Go to Amazon right now and check out Glenn B. Fleming. That's 2 N's, 1 B, all wonderful. He's got some great books on travel, on the Kennedy assassination, and some great illustrations. OMG, great work. Glenn, good morning to you. Or in your case, good afternoon. Mwah! To you across the big blue wobbly thing. Hope you are doing well, my friend. Molly Daniels, who the hell is that Helpingstein chick? Only a few know me by that name. Uh-oh, you don't reveal your secret identity, Molly. Then your enemies can strike at you through your loved ones. And John B. Pica, hey there, friends and foes. Happy Friday. JohnBPica.com. JohnPica.com, rather. And John, it's good to see you. Don't forget tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. back of the cereal box. If you can't be at Peoria, and you better be, we know where you live. Watch John B. Pica, or you can watch John B. Pica at the Peoria Civic Center at 201 Southwest Jefferson Avenue in Peoria, Illinois. And Michaela Jade, I'm so excited, I just can't hide it. Oh, we're excited too. Seriously, I'm so looking. Tomorrow is going to be liberating. It's going to be wonderful. And folks, you got to come and get caught up in the madness. And can you imagine those poor boring authors when we're there? Because there's always an author who sits there reading their book, or looking at their phone. And then there's us who are happy and laughing. And I hope I hope Jen Thompson put us pretty close together. And Eric Hawkins, oh dang, you were back already? Yeah, no, I was on last night. I had 3 terrific people on Comic Book Spectrum last night, and the guy that draws the Oz stuff. But anyway, but seriously, in all seriousness, Eric, you were fantastic. So was Clyde and Brian. And this leads me to a couple things. One, I would like to remind everyone that at noon today Eastern, 1 hour and 31 minutes from this live show, Brian Hawkins is launching a brand new miniseries, The Nebulizer. He is going to do it live on the air. And please sign up for his page. Do I have it here? Let's find out. Was that? No, that's not it. That's the one I have there is the one we talked about after hours, and I better not put that up there. But no, please check that out. Check out The Nebulizer, available on Kickstarter. It's going to be a 30-day campaign, I believe. And if you go to look up Brian Rodman or The Nebulizer on Kickstarter. And if anyone's got that address, I'd love for somebody to post that. That would be huge help for Brian. But anyway, right now, you can go to his Kickstarter page and you can actually get a notice when it launches live. And Kickstarter is a lot better about sending out notices than apparently Facebook or YouTube. In fact, earlier about the ping, last night we were doing Clever Title, or not Clever Title, but do watch that show. That turned out well with Morgan's comic. I was doing the show and I got distracted because a little flash came up in the little corner of my screens from Facebook telling me that my show would be on in 3 minutes. Thanks. Anyway, Eric, we are back. But anyway, also I want to congratulate Eric because his campaign for the Zombieful World of Oz #3 wrapped up excuse me, a couple of days ago, and he was asking for $1,200, and 181 backers took him to 6,320. And we are so proud of you, Eric. Well done, young man. Well done. And it's going to be a beautiful book, as always. So please, right now he is doing a soft campaign on Indiegogo just for his store. So if you missed out on his Kickstarter campaign, please go to Indiegogo for the Zombieful World of Oz #3 and other stuff. And you'll sign anything. Yes, even that. But I just hope you wash it first, Christian. That's all I'm asking. Anyway, good morning to you, Christian Basil. And please don't forget the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS on Tuesday nights at 6 p.m. on the Hanging with Web Show Network. And also, he's launched a couple of different new programs related to Doctor Who. Please check them out. That is so very cool. And happy Nebulizer Day to you too, my friend. This is the day when we say foo to the allergens and we back the champion we deserve. That is the nebulizer. The nebulizer is a great concept by Brian Rodman. It's in a post-apocalyptic world where a chronic asthmatic has a AI suit that he fights mutant allergens with, and he's got a feisty AI who I'm told if they ever do like an audio adaptation, they have already cast the AI and he wears a fez. So anyway, if you want to hear my voice in your head, please, more than you do already, please back the nebulizer. And it's one of those. And sign my, never mind. Darn, I would sign yours and you don't have to even wash nothing. In fact, I'd sign several of yours. You know what I'm saying? And Ryan Permison has shared this episode. Thank you, Ryan. As always, you are the best. And happy Friday, Nevermorians. How are you? Well, we are well. How are you, my friend? Check out the latest episode of the podcast, Talking Movies. Episode 99 is available on Anchor.fm. You will be happy to listen to it. It will make your day and existence. And Bill Sargent, TGIF, Fezzy Man, and all the Freaky Friday Morians, count your blessings and thank God for each and every one of them. Thank you, my friend. You are one of ours. And hashtag bring cookie home. That's what we're about, Bill. And thank you, man. We will talk to you tonight in the green room, probably. And I believe there will be a green room. And Ryan Permison, tune in live Saturday at noon Eastern for, and I quote, with special guest professional comic book inker and storyteller Barb Kaelberg of Silverline Comics. That ought to be interesting. I would, if I weren't in Peoria, I would be watching it. I'll watch it on the rerun, though. Check out Ryan's show. It is always good. And also check out a week from Saturday. He's gonna have a special author guest you'll be interested in. And Ryan also says subscribe to the channel today for more nerdy content. That's Nerd Culture Channel right there. And we need to make some liquor stores to find Kraken attacks Illinois today. Yeah, it's like I said, I got on the Kraken site, at least on my phone. I haven't tried it on my laptops yet. But it says, we'll help you find where Kraken is sold. No, it won't. POS? No, it won't. It's a decent map, though. If I ever get lost, I know what and I can't get Google. I know what I'll be turning to, but no, I couldn't find it. But like you said, I would think Benny's would have it. Maybe on your way over. But if not, if you can't get it, that's fine. It's not like I don't make any trips to Illinois. So, but no, it's we like Kraken. I wish I had some of my coffee right now. And Amy, hope you sell a lot of Hail Pails while you were there. That's right. We all need our Hail Pails. Otherwise, we'll have to empty out our Kraken bottles. And well, never mind. No, we got Keisha. She'll go for us. And so, how was your jury duty? Did you behave yourself? Asked Molly Daniels. I did. The defense attorney may not have thought so, but because I looked up when I made my little comment when we were having our discussion, and I noticed the judge was like, and the defense attorney is like, oh, we want him on our jury. But I think it's one of those things where if either side does not want you, they can just tell the judge, I don't want that person, and the judge will kick them out, which I think is a great system. And I don't know if I'm jury material anyway, but no, it was a great time. It was really, it was fun. It was enlightening. And the judge ran it very well, and he constantly was telling us how much he appreciated us coming out. It was a really good experience, Molly. It really was. I was really pleased to have done it. Afterwards, like I said, I was really uneasy. I couldn't even, I think it was more for the fact it was disrupting my life. And the judge acknowledged this. He said, I know that this is, you could be at work. You could be doing anything else you normally do on a Wednesday, but you have chosen to come here. Of course, we were subpoenaed too. They sent out that notice saying you have been called for jury duty. That is basically a subpoena. So, and they stressed in all communications, if you do not show up, you will be held in contempt of court, and a warrant could be put out for your arrest. It was kind of funny because, like I said, I think he subpoenaed about 40-ish people, not each and every one of them. 2 did not show up. 1 called in sick. Kind of sounded like they had the COVID. They called in sick and they were excused. And then the other one was actually they had subpoenaed a husband and wife in our group, but the judge had forgotten to actually sign the paper for her. So he showed up, but she didn't. And imagine his surprise when the judge is looking through the thing and, checking the attendance sheet, and he's like, "Where is so and so?" And her husband's like, "What?" and he's like, "Isn't she supposed to be here?" And the husband's like, "This is news to me." And then I think it was the court stenographer was checking and said, "Well, you didn't sign the paper to actually issue the subpoena." And he's like, "Oh, well, that's my fault then." And we all just kind of chuckled about it. But it was kind of interesting in that the courtroom was wired for video now and for sound. It was just a real fun experience, Molly. I'm glad I went through it. Okay. And Carl, in Peoria, there is Super Liquors on War Memorial Drive and Friar Tuck's on University, or the local Walmart, says Michaela Jade. I know where University Avenue is, and I know where, War Memorial Drive. War Memorial Drive is Route 150, and at least through town. And when you get to I can't remember the north-south street, but it crosses with 24, and actually, I can actually leave my house, go up Route 52, which is about 6 blocks to the north, 52, and then follow that up to 424, and that takes me directly to the mall. So it basically empties out at that mall. So the big Northwoods Mall. So it was kind of fun when I came up to see Michaela back in March, I think it was, at the QuadCon, because it's like I hadn't been in Peoria. I'd been in Peoria once at Peoria Con in 2019. Michaela and I were at my booth pretty much all day then. Great fun, and to hang out with her. And then but that's about the only part of town I went to see. Because I came straight home. But it's like when we came up to QuadCon, to QuadCon, it was just great because I'm like driving through an area and I'm like, wait a minute, I know exactly where I am. And this is University, this is that. And I know how to get to Main Street from there too. I used to go to Peoria quite a lot back in the day, but I haven't really been through there a lot in 20 years. So it's kind of interesting to see how it's changed. But and I love Pizza Shack. Anyway, Carl Witzman says, "Thanks, Michaela. Not everyone carries this particular Kraken. Might have a guy, though." That's cool. Well, if we can't find it, we'll all have to go back to our 20s and look. Because I go to other places. What's my next Illinois date? Now that I look. If they have it in Louisville, I might get some bottles for Kentucky. I'll be back in Southern Illinois in late last weekend of July for the Superman celebration. I could look down there. Anyway, back to the show. Ryan Permison says, "If you want to be on a future episode of Battle of the Nerds, where you compete in a random trivia category, sign up at that sheet there." I've still got to get on board. That sounds like fun. And Michaela J says, "Oh, and don't forget to catch Tidbits and Scribbles tonight at 7 p.m. Tonight's topic is what to do and not do as a vendor." That's probably something I should take up again. Oh, Michaela, if you're listening still, what do you want me to bring for tomorrow night? I have forgotten. But I'd be glad to get that on my way over. And Michaela will be all worn out before the expo even starts. She's going to have to start drinking coffee, I'm telling you. Oh, no, Carl, I can go all night long. I promise. That's all I hear. And then, shut up, Christian. Christian suddenly perks up. And Michaela Jade, if things are slow at work, I'll pull out my phone. There we go. And Joe Dog, Michaela, stupid o'clock. Good to see you, sir. Howdy, y'all. This day shall be epic. It will be written in history as one Friday. Everyone will be looking forward to what they will be doing on Monday. There we go. No, I'm thinking at least for about a dozen of us, we're going to be wishing Peoria could go on forever, And whoever thought you'd say that about Peoria, right? But Peoria's actually, I like Peoria. It's kind of a cool place. But anyway, Joe, we're glad you're here. I heard last night's Stupid O'Clock went well. Oh, we're glad to hear that. And All Night, well, maybe we'll get to watch on Saturday night. And enjoying one last cigar, says Carly Carlene, before putting the finishing touches on packing. Oh, and actually getting dressed. Well, I've got like all my stuff in the front room that I'd like to take into the hall. It's going to depend on how much room I have there and the configuration. I'm actually in the point where I'm like, with a year and a half off, pretty much a year and a half off, it's tough to remember what not to take. And I'm like, well, this is a book show. I don't really need to take my comic books. This is, I don't really need my wire rack, I don't think. It's just a lot of little decisions that, and also the fact that I'm a 65-year-old man starting to feel it. It's not going to be a one trip unload. I can remember the day was back in the days when I could take everything in one load. Now I've got a little more elaborate production, and it is a production to get all that crap in and out of there, but it can be done. But I have learned the secret is when you're leaving, don't worry about packing neatly. Just cram all that stuff in there. You can sort it out when you get home. So it saves me an inordinate amount of time. It is great. Michaela Jane from YouTube says, and with a WPM average of 50, I can keep going and going and going, word per minute. Okay, I thought I better define that for Christian. With a word per minute average of 50, I can keep going and going and going. Oh, yeah. And it's serious, folks, says Carl Witzman. Donna is getting dressed. OMG, look out. And Peter Parker is Superman. Thought it was Tony Stark, asked Joe Dog McKeel. Well, see, this is the learning place. This is where we learn that stuff. And, his girlfriend, Nurse Jane Foster, I'm keeping it all straight. And we are going to plan Michaela Con. Oh, hell yes. Michaela Con is on. I'm serious. I am there. And Carl Witzman hurts his brain trying to think of a naughty thing for WPM. I got one, but I ain't saying it. And the Ninja Genko says, good morning to you, the Ninja Genko. Always a pleasure to have you here, my friend. And John B. Pica says, tomorrow morning on Back of the Cereal Box, we do have a very cool guest, Roger, from Elaine, who is the host of Then Is Now podcast. So tomorrow morning is going to be filled with cool retro pop culture. That sounds like a hoot, John. Good luck, and sounds like entertaining. I'll watch it when I get home. And Molly Daniels, how about if y'all just stay in Peoria and see me at QuadCon next Saturday? Oh, that's right. That is this coming Saturday. I meant to kind of look into that, but no, I can't do QuadCon on Saturday because I've got a special guest appearance. I'm on with Ryan Permison at noon a week from tomorrow. So it's going to be a lot of fun. And Joe Dog McKeel says, I needed to read something that would make me have a good cry. So I went online and read my bank account. Talk about a real tearjerker. Oh, yeah. Yeah, my when I call up the screen from my bank to look at my bank balance, it starts out by giving me the number for suicide prevention hotline. So, and Molly, I will come by on Sunday, but that Saturday I'll be at another show in Peoria, says Michaela. That will be fun. And I think it's only on Saturday. I think you're right. I think it's on one day, and I think it's at the Civic Center also. I can has cheeseburger. Yes, there's a place near us that has cheeseburgers. I have it on my other laptop, but it's about 2 blocks away. It looks like very limited menu, but it looked pretty good. And Roger Folian. Okay, did we do the speech to text thing? Sorry. And now I want a cheeseburger. So do I. Yeah, that's the thing. After I left that place, it's like, damn, it's only 10:30 in the morning. No place that serves cheeseburgers is open. And here we go. And now our morning is complete. Here we go. Arise, Friday Morris monster, arise! Go forth beyond the free event and shake that moneymaker. Shake it like a photographic brand device that cannot be repeated due to anal YouTube copyright restrictions. Failing that, have the glamorous author Michaela Jade walk around with literature in her cleavage, bringing all the boys to the financial yard with heavily lactose memories. And failing that, we're nothing but that tasseled red-cap fez boy. Here comes the weekend, and I say, Anyway, BKM causing trouble everywhere, even as a juror. Yeah, I didn't intend to. I honestly was on my best behavior. But obviously, the bar for my best behavior is set fairly low. No, I honestly was trying to establish the parameters under which we were supposed to be judging this thing. And it was all, and he was going on to about, like, made it sound like we should throw out the case if this is not this guy's cheeseburger. And I'm like, yeah, but isn't the purpose of this court today, right now, to determine whether it's this guy's cheeseburger, and if it's someone else, and if we can prove it's not his cheeseburger, then the true owner of the cheeseburger, isn't that kind of like another trial? That's all I wanted established, but apparently I asked the wrong questions, or I asked them the wrong way, and it's like, oh well. And Michaela Jane says 15 watching and only 8 likes. Get on it, peeps. I will break out the whip and enjoy every second of it. Yes, she will, and she'll send me the video, so I will giggle. And it's okay, Skunk. I didn't get pinged either. I got, oh, never mind, wrong show. Yeah. Yeah, save that for the Saturday night stupid o'clock. And Joe Dog's going, what? Anyway, Molly Daniels singing along with Michaela. I'm about to lose control, and I think I like it. That's why we want you in Peoria, Molly. We want to be there when it happens. Or the author, says Michaela Jade, who claims to be an introvert, so they can't talk to people. And so they hide in their lounge chair. That reminds me, check out Tidbits and Scribbles tonight. It's important. Definitely, that is something I think is not discussed very much, and I applaud you seriously, Michaela, for coming up with that. I think it's something, setting up at shows is something we don't talk about a lot. And if you're an author who can get by without a personal appearances, well, God bless you. But some of us, I can't speak for anyone else, but some of my following has come from my personal appearances. And that's why I wear the bow tie. I wear the fez. I actually, when you see me at a show, I wear a much nicer fez, and I wear a rainbow bow tie. Plus, I will probably have on one of my spiffy cookie-made shirts tomorrow. So it's going to be glorious. You'll see a side of me you don't get to see often on here. But anyway, yeah, that's really important. I remember I did I didn't do the show, but I attended Indie PopCon. This is about 6-7 years ago, maybe. A buddy of mine was setting up there, and I wanted to go support him. But I went in there, and there were so many authors, and again, they were, some of them were singing like this, and just didn't even want to look up. And then there were some who were sitting there, just look terrified of everyone. And, and that doesn't exactly make you want to go up and say, hi, I'm Brian. How are you? Half of them were either ignoring the audience, or I liken them to those birds, those little tiny baby birds who are so terrified of what's going on around them that you get the feeling that if you made direct eye contact with them, their hearts would explode. I'm serious. I've never seen people that frightened in my life. And I mean, frightened, genuinely scared. And I'm like, man, I hope I am never that person. It's pretty scary. But yeah, and there are a number of people. A friend of mine talked to an author one time at a non-book show. They were a special guest because they were related to the genre. It was a Superman celebration, let's be honest. And the thing is, if you ask Michaela something about how to be, a better writer, better promoter, she'll tell you. Just as Cookie will say, what is the secret of life?
Coffee.
See? Told you.
No. More coffee.
More coffee. Thank you, sweetheart. Oh, do you want to take Pulp Reality 1 and read it too? Yes, there we go. Cookie is reading what? Let's see. Let's hold up that book real fast for 1 second. Pulp Reality #1, the award-winning book, will also be available. I will have it for sale at Peoria tomorrow from 10 to 5 at the Peoria Civic Center. Also, we have limited editions of this and Pulp Reality 2, so you can get a complete set. Thank you, sweetheart.
You're welcome.
Hope you like my story.
Well, of course.
Stories. Yes, of course. Yes, I did. Thank you, sweetie. Appreciate it. But yeah, but no, a lot of, we just don't, but anyway, about the author I was talking about, you ask Michaela, she'll tell you, that's how she got to where she is. She asked the right questions of the right people. You talk to me and, you can ask me the time and I'll give you the history of clockmaking. But Rick Bradley is grateful I did. I've had a number of people who are creating things now because I'm not stingy with information. But, my friend went to this one author who wrote a series of YA novels, and I was going to pick some up, but she came back and said, and she's an author herself. She wrote a book years ago, and she wants to work on her sequel. But she came up and she looked like she was about to cry, and I'm like, "What's up?" And she goes, "Well, I was asking her some questions, and she treated the information on how to become a better author or how to get published by somebody else. She was treating it like it was a state secret or something. She would not tell me." She all but said, "I refuse to tell you," but she kept dancing around it, wouldn't tell us anything. And I said, I'm never going to be that person. You want to learn how to get published? I'll tell you how to get published. If you want to learn any sort of special sauce that'll help you get ahead in this business, if I've got it, I'll share it. I am that person. That's Rising Tide. All right. And by the way, I never did buy her books. Anyway, that author's book, Brian Hawkins is launching the nebulizer. Brian Rodman might have something to say about that. I'm merging you two together. That way we have one less window on Thursday nights. No, did I say your brother's name? I'm sorry. Brian Rodman. Go to brianrodman.com and get more information. Don't go to Brian Hawkins. He doesn't know jack about this, probably. Or actually, he probably knows more than I do. It's a Kickstarter campaign. He's a good guy. But no, I'm sorry. I apologize to both Brians and to you, Eric. And Joe Dog McKeel, when it comes to humans, never underestimate their potential for stupidity and the levels they will achieve. Don't ask how I came to this revelation. Joe Dog, I've got to say, if I wanted to get like several thousand subscribers, I have the sauce. I know what I would do. I would start doing commentary videos on sovereign citizens and First Amendment auditors. Those guys, they can pull in tens of thousands of subscribers just by doing videos of that sort. And they all share the videos. But I've also got to say, the folks that are like doing, the anti-First Amendment frauditors, as they call them, anti-sovereign citizens, anti-vaxxers, the Karens and things like that, or Karens and Darrens, I think they're called. If I wanted to get a quick couple thousand subscribers on YouTube, all I have to do is start posting that stuff. And I also have to say, I love their community. They had something happening the other night where one of the people in their community had some sort of, I don't remember now they had some sort of major expense, like medical expense or something, and something was going to cost them several $1,000s. And so one of the others in their group held like an impromptu telethon and said, please, and they got enough, said, if you give us a super chat, which is basically you pay and your comment gets highlighted, and there's a lot of shows that get so much volume, all they have time to do is read the super chats. Okay. And there were people, like when I was just flipping through it, there were people that were like, yeah, some people were saying like $2, $5, $20. And then there was a couple of people said, here's a couple hundred. Here's 1,000 to help her out. And they got, the thing went on for over 7 hours, but they got more than what they were looking to get for the person in their tribe. And I think that's a beautiful community. That really is. Whereas the people they constantly are highlighting for their their stupidity, as Joe Dog would say, is, and basically they just get together to figure out how they can annoy people more. And how they can, keep their enemies down, things like that. So, it's a great looking community. And I think we've got something very similar to it here. It makes me happy. Oh, and hey, Facebook just told me you were on. Yeah. And, Facebook, I guess I'm getting, Brian Rodman's getting preferential treatment. Cause like, last night I think I told you, I got noticed 20 minutes into the show that my show would be on Facebook, and I just now got notice an hour and 4 minutes from the time that Brian Rodman's nebulizer launch starts. We're going to try to get off early. He said get off. So that y'all can run over to Brian Rodman's and please check out his launch. All right. So now Eric Rodman is doing Zombie for World of Oz. Yeah, they're all doing it. That's what happens when Eric distracts me. Somebody takes over. And right now he's soft is probably not something he wants advertised. That's true. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, he wants to have an opening where somebody can lose an eye with that thing. Anyway, Grant Lankard, sorry I'm late, guys. Missing one day throws me off the rhythm, I guess. Me too. Yeah, I'm still trying to get adjusted. Like, how do I do this show again? Of course, I do that about 10 minutes after I'm off the air too. But anyway, Grant, we're glad you're here, sir. Hope you're having a great morning. And crypto keeps slipping into the basement. Hey, yo, everyone, how you doing? We're not going to talk about crypto, man. Actually, the only crypto we talk about is the super dog. No, actually, I do own some cryptocurrency. It's like 1/10,000th of a Bitcoin or something like that. PayPal right now, if you have PayPal, you can actually buy cryptocurrency through PayPal. They have 4 different varieties. And I have to admit that I put a little in there. And the funny thing is, crypto, at least as of yesterday, had fallen down. I'm still making a profit. So I can't complain. And it's one of those things, I'm a long game kind of guy, and I know it will bounce back. It's like the stock market. So anyway, I ain't worried about it. And lots of watchers. Where are the likes? Thank you, Pops. I appreciate you, brother. And also, please check out Comics Talk with Pops Van Zandt on YouTube and on Facebook, as well as Comic Madness with Pops Van Zandt and on both those mediums, because CromCon is happening starting tonight, right? With a pre-show, as you usually do. But anyway, it runs all day Saturday, all day Sunday, and someone may be on in Saturday afternoon. Their names rhyme with Michaela and Brian and Amy and Carl and Donna and TL and a whole bunch of other wonderful people that we will, Richard and Jessica. And anyway, please come see us. If you can't come see us in Peoria in person, where we will have our books and love for each and every one that comes in, you can also catch us on CromCon on tomorrow afternoon. We will be broadcasting live from the Peoria Civic Center. So it's going to be a good time, and thank you for having us, Pops. We do love you, brother. And the Rising Tide Broadcast Network says, this weekend, watch The Legend of the Traveling TARDIS on YouTube. There's that address. Actually, why wait? After the show, head on over to the YouTube. You can even have the show running in the background of your device. Hint, hint, we need viewing hours. I do that for you, brother. And help make the Traveling TARDIS a legend on YouTube. Thank you. Yes. They just passed their 1,000th subscriber. How many are you at now, Christian? I'm very proud of you. We just passed 505. I'm happy with that. But we do want to hit 1,000 before the end of the year. And what have we got? Molly Daniels, sad news in the Daniels household. Son Kyle had to put down, his 3-year-old lab. She began having seizures last night, and it was more humane to put her down. He's a wreck. Well, please give that guy a hug for us all. Would you please, Molly? That is sad to hear. But may all the memories of that dog be golden. Okay. And Ryan Permison, summer reading recommendations. Send him links to paperbacks via direct messenger on Facebook. Yeah, send him some links to your books. And he's looking more for paperbacks than ebooks. So please help this man out. He owns Pulp Reality. He knows the score. And Benny's did not, but Brazos might. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, I don't know all the places. I mean, would Meyer have it? Because we got ours through our local Kroger. Excuse me. I'm trying to think if there are any easy to reach Krogers on the way to Peoria. I think there's a Kroger's in Peoria, but I don't know where it is. I don't remember where it is. I can't think of one in Bloomington. And the only thing I know in Champaign is a Ruler, unless something's been built in the last few years. But there was a Ruler, which is an offshoot of Kroger's. It's kind of like, it is to the parent Kroger what Aldi's used to be about 30 years ago. It was, it's like, you get nothing but Kroger brands pretty much. I don't know if they serve if they carry alcohol in there. but yeah, well, if you can't find it, Carl, we'll coordinate. I'll try to. I do a lot of traveling too, so we'll see what we can come up with for you and Amy. And Carl Wisman says, "Oh, so sorry to hear that, Molly." And Joe Dog McKeel says, "Breaking news. Breaking news. Wendy's has constructed a Wendy's themed tabletop role-playing game called Feast of Legends that you can get for free. Thrillist website. Oh, really? Oh my gosh. If it's half as much fun as their Twitter account is, I would be there." Molly Daniels says, "But on a good note, getting ready to finalize the blurb for Creative Generation so I can show off that awesome cover Matthew Jackson created." Seriously, Molly showed me the cover to an upcoming book she's doing, and I gave her some feedback on it. I hope it helped. Both. It doesn't help when two of us have OCD, and this was triggering mine. I get that way when I'm working with book design. That's why I think I'm a decent art director. But anyway, then she told me that the Mad Celt himself, Matthew Jackson, was involved, and I'm like, I am not surprised. That's why it looks that good. So yeah, and Matt's doing a cover for me too. I just gotta give him some information. I keep forgetting. And Carlene says the proper phrase when they don't want you on the jury is that you're excused, which explains a lot. Well, there is really not much excuse for me except for poor genetics and a bad upbringing. Yeah, well, you mean it's not proper when the judge says, "Get the hell out of here, Morris"? No, actually, they were very courteous. They were very, and they said, just because you didn't make the jury, that's nothing to be ashamed of. It's just that you and the case were not right for each other. Said, we are trying to find the right people for this case, and I'm not sure I'm right for any case. But anyway, if I'm called again, and I'm not real clear. I know that you, at least in Tippecanoe County, Indiana, if you serve on a jury, you are excused for at least 2 years. Since I technically did not serve, I could probably be called any time, but it's not like I have a job where I can't serve. And I'll just put in a call to one of my stunt doubles if they want to take a shift. I want to thank Nick Tockert for stepping in on Wednesday. I wondered if I should call like Joe or Carl or Ryan. I thought, oh my God, I don't know. That's asking so much of these guys. It really is. So, so I thought, well, we'll just take a morning off from me. But Nick stepped into the fray, and God bless Nick. Anyway, the interview for jury selection is always interesting. It is. Have you been involved in that, Joe? It really is. I remember I was in one in Champaign, Illinois, or actually Champaign County, Illinois. It's actually in Urbana, but it was a pretty stodgy affair, and I'm like, okay, this is pretty much what I expected. But the prosecuting the state's attorney, she was actually an assistant state's attorney. She was professional, but she was like. Like she asked one question and I had an answer for it, and then I answered a couple, and it's one of those things. Well, who has done this? And I've had and they want people with broad life experience, so here I am. And she was asking a question, and then she looked at me, and I had my hand up, and she goes, well, "I've picked on Brian enough. Can we let's get someone else." Anyway, UFS downtown Peoria has Kraken by the case or bottle if you prefer. Ooh. Carl, Amy, we may have found our nirvana. UFS. How far is that from the Civic Center? One of us might have to make a run. Grant Lankard asks, why aren't you jury material? I'm not going to lie. I worried that I would not be able to vote guilty, knowing that it might mean someone could lose their life. That's something that would come out during the interview, Grant. Because one thing we were asked, and you've probably figured out, is cheeseburger possession. One of the things we were asked was, our views on cheeseburgers. Like, do you believe in the Impossible Burger? Having an Impossible Burger, it's not a cheeseburger, but having the Impossible Burger might be illegal around here. What are your views on the Impossible Burger? So that stuff would come out in the court trial. Also, someone correct me if I'm wrong, but actually the jury does not decide on the death penalty. That is strictly a function of the judge. All the jury is there to do is to determine the innocence or is actually to determine whether the person charged with the crime is guilty. You have nothing to do with sentencing. That is strictly the judge's decision, and they have parameters on that. Plus, not every state. I don't know if Pennsylvania has a death penalty. So, and the death penalty comes and goes. So, and our jury was not going to be like that anyway. So yeah, it'll depend, but it would be you would be asked if you believe, for instance, in the death penalty, and if and how you answer one or side or the other. One side, if you said I don't believe in the death penalty, then the prosecution may not want you because they may be going for the death penalty depending on the severity of the crime. Like if it was a parking violation or something, death penalty's pretty apt for that. But no, that would come out during the court trial, and it's basically they have both the prosecution and the defense have questions that they are trying to basically get to know you. I mean, it's not they didn't ask me a thing about my writing, they didn't ask me a thing about my broadcasting, but they want to know how you are as a person, and if you and you are given an option to say, I have this prejudice, but I think I can look at the evidence and rule accordingly, because that's all you're really doing. So yeah, it's nothing to worry about, seriously. And there are people that go through their whole lives that never get called for jury duty. Cookie, I think, has been called. I've been called 3 times, twice in Illinois. Once over here. Cookie's been called twice over here, and once in Illinois, I believe. So yeah, and some people never get called. My mother never got called for jury duty. So it depends. You may never have to worry about it. Michaela Jade, or the Walmart Supercenter in East Peoria has Kraken. Okay, I do know where the Walmart is there. Yeah, it's on the same street as the casino, but on the south side of 74. Which, by the way, I drove through there last time I came back from an Iowa show. In fact, that was from the previous Indie Author Book Expo or time before last in West Des Moines. And I swear it looked like Carl and Donna will know this. It looked like North Prospect in Champaign. It looked like Mardi Gras. It looked like the Strip on Las Vegas. There was so much neon there now. Anyway, checked Walmart's website. They don't list Kraken attacks Illinois Gur. Yeah, I don't know if they have a lot of stuff for like their alcohol in general, but in general terms. But yeah, I'm trying to. I don't know. I didn't really look at my Walmart. I don't know if they have it either. I've only found it, like I said, at our Kroger's. Our Kroger over here in Lafayette is like an offshoot, and it's called Payless, like the late shoe store. And Grant Lankard says Walmart sells alcohol. Man, that would be weird. No, they've served. Ours has had alcohol for years. They don't serve alcohol, but they have the bottles. But yeah, I can't. I'm trying to think. Champagne. I never really looked for it there because I was usually going to either Friar Tuck's or Benny's when I lived in Champaign. But over here, yeah, we've got a couple really cool places called Bedrock Liquors that are really nice. But and there's a lot of nice stores over here that serve alcohol in the bottle. But yeah, I can't remember. Since we started looking for it, it's like, oh, they have alcohol here. This is nice. The Watsika. Walmart has a really good selection too. Anyway, it depends on the store. And I like how Michaela is telling me where to get liquor in Peoria. Like I haven't already been to all these stores when working, says Carl. Well, you might have missed one. You haven't been there all that time. And yes, Grant, all Walmarts sell alcohol. Probably in every state that allows it. Now, there might still be some that have what they call it, blue laws. Like when I lived in Washington, D.C., and I understand they've repealed those laws, but in Virginia, I lived in the Alexandria, Virginia, excuse me, which is about 20 minutes south of the Beltway in Washington, D.C. And on Sunday, most stores were closed. You could only buy alcohol from special state stores at that time, but this is back in 1970. My understanding is they've repealed those. They pulled back on those laws since then. But, I can remember a time when a lot of stores were closed on Sunday, not just Chick-fil-A and Hobby Lobby. So anyway, Johnny Pica, sorry I can't stay. Today is the last day to enroll for Biden Care for a June 1st effective date. So I am stacked up today, but please do check out my creative stuff at johnpica.com. Please check it out. John Pica, good luck today, buddy. I know you're going to be up against the wall, but we hope we'll get a little bit more of you on Monday morning. Have a great weekend, my friend. johnpica.com. Please check him out. And not going to lie, it's been years since I've been in a Walmart. You used to not be able to sell alcohol at grocery stores in PA, but they've been relaxing that law. Yeah, alcohol is very contentious in a lot of areas. I know that like in Metropolis, Illinois, they had like a blue law there for the longest time. I'm not sure what it is now, but bars were closed. If you went to a restaurant, they couldn't serve you alcohol. But they have a casino there. They have a Harrah's. It's now a Harrah's. And they were allowed to sell alcohol because I think technically they were not in Metropolis per se, because at the time they were a riverboat casino. And the city was catering to them because the casino brought in like millions and millions of dollars in tax revenue. They got to call a few shots. And I know that a lot of local business owners were like, well, why can they sell it, but we can't? I think they may have changed the laws, but I'm not always there on Sundays anymore. So I think I'm going to be there just long enough to say goodbye to people this year. Anyway, Carl Westman says, everything is in the van except Carly's stuff and us, of course. Well, Carl, I look forward to seeing you there. You two have a safe trip over there. I wish I could be over there for the pre-show, but as it is, I'll try to check in the green room. I'm probably going to try to go to bed fairly early and sleep until, I don't know, I'm probably going to leave here around 5 my time, which gives me some wiggle room to get lost. Although I know the route intimately. I'm probably going to take 74. And then probably 24 back because the party is going to be well north of Peoria. But anyway, I will see you tomorrow, Carl. You and Donna both, and I love you both, and I hope you have a safe trip over and keep us posted on the crack. And otherwise, I may try to find some on my way home. And Molly Daniel says, Joe Dog McKeel, unfortunately, I have to work Monday night also, but I get 2 days off afterwards, heading up to Lafayette next Tuesday, Wednesday. Might even leave Thursday a.m. Well, we might, maybe both of us can have coffee or something. And Michaela Jade, even our Walgreens has crack, and you guys must live in a nice area where alcohol isn't needed to get by. Yeah, I don't go into Walgreens that often. We've got a really nice CVS near us, but I've not seen Kraken there. I will say, don't go to our CVS; it doesn't have Kraken. But it doesn't have very much alcohol at all, really. But why am I going there? But anyway, yeah, it sounds like we've got a quest this weekend: sell books so we can afford our alcohol. And how many people are coming to C2E2 this year from the desk of a small press publisher? I'm planning on it, depending on the weather. I have an invitation to join in a booth, and I would love to take it because I want to hang out with the person and get some tips. But yeah, I do want to go because I haven't been there in probably about 4 years. I want to go up there because I want to see you. I think Kara Nicole will be there, so I'm going to do what I can to be there. And also Lisa Malone, in Honorary Compound, and I just want to go up. That's all there is to it. So I'm hoping to, but again, it's in December, I believe, and we know what December in Illinois is like, especially you guys by the lake. So if the weather looks a little bit shady, I'm probably going to hunker down in the compound here, and I know you'll understand. And if someone in a certain fest wants to meet up for a meal, see, I was already ahead of you, Molly. Definitely, we should talk about that. Oh my God, Sarah, mwah, darling, how are you? Sarah, I've been concerned with you. The thing is, Sarah, I was in Terre Haute a couple weeks ago, and I seriously, if I wasn't on the schedule, I thought about swinging by and seeing if you were okay. Sarah, how have you been, darling? Sarah is the Dark Mistress of the Dark Church of the Rising Tide. Oh my God, it's so good to see you. Catch me up on you, would you please? Send me a DM. And Acuff Creations, I didn't realize QuadCon was coming up. Hopefully I'm able to make it. And come to my house. I'll make you all cheeseburgers. poof, you're a cheeseburger. Anyway, that sounds great, Keisha. Thank you. And well, this morning I had a problem cookie with a salted caramel coffee, says the skunk rocker. So for once, I'm not hungry. Yay, go me. Now stop talking about cheeseburgers. I promise. No more mention of cheeseburgers. Cheeseburgers are right out, despite their juicy, flavorful selves. So, and that hot melted cheddar cheese on top, I'm not going to say a word, skunk. Grant Lankard, you can mail me a cheeseburger. Mayo, lettuce, tomato, please. Yes. That was another part of the questioning. It's like we've established that the bun and the meat and the cheese comprise a cheeseburger. Now, if we were to ask you, we're going to offer you a cheeseburger with, just bun and cheese. Do you have a cheeseburger? No, there's no meat in there. Say, okay, fine. Now we put lettuce and bacon and tomato and mayo and ketchup and mustard on it. Do we still have a cheeseburger? Yes, we do. Now let's say we don't give you all the lettuce. Do we still have a cheese? It was establishing, if we establish the basic parameters of the case and we meet them, even if there's a lot of other foo-fa around it, that, do we still have a case? That's, it's fascinating to be a part of that. So anyway, I'll stuff one in an envelope for you, Grant. I'll just address it. Grant Lankard, Pennsylvania. I'm sure it'll get there in time. It'll probably still be warm. And with the talking cheeseburgers, I know who was on trial. Robbie, yeah. And Grant, I'll send it out ASAP. Actually, I'll fax you one. How's that sound? That'll be quicker. And Skunkcracker says there was a YouTube show at one time that asked their viewers to send them a Juicy Lucy, which, if you don't know, is a Michigan-style cheeseburger in which the cheese goes on the inside of the meat. There was a place in Chrisman, Illinois called the Frost Top that did pizza burgers the same way. They put, and I heard of other restaurants do it, they put big thing of real gooey Parmesan on the inside of the burger and cook it there. And then it's covered with pizza sauce and things like that. But yeah, oh my God, why did I bring up cheeseburgers? I'm dying in here. And happy Friday to you, Facebook user. Good morning. Hope all is well with you. And the Skywalker says somebody actually sent one to them through the mail. And dear God, I cannot imagine eating a burger that came through the mail. I've had food poisoning about half a dozen times. I can't even imagine opening that thing and not treating it like an unexploded bomb. Molly Daniels, how about the author who wanders around taking pictures of the vendors and is rarely at her table? Duck's Head. Yeah, what about her, huh? I know I'm going to be seeing her at Imaginarium, though. Can't wait to see her. And Acuff Creations on YouTube mocks us with her laughter. From the desk of Small Press Publisher, Peoria is dangerous for me after hours. 2 words, Paradise Casino. You know the place. We'll be up all night making money at blackjack. So you guys have fun. I'll stay safe here in Chicago. Yeah, well, you have a show to do Saturday night at 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central. A great interview show. You have a civic duty, young man. So, who knows? That's true. I wonder what the hours are at the casino. I will tell you now, because both of us no longer work at the water company, but we had a division of Illinois Water in Peoria, and sometimes my supervisor and I would go, and there was business we both had to conduct up there because we were kind of like in charge of stuff. And after it was done, we'd get done like at 2 p.m. and my supervisor goes, can you keep the first time it happened? That's not to say it only happened once, but my supervisor go, you can keep a secret, right, Brian? I said, I can keep a secret, man. What's up? And he's like, you want lunch? I'm like, I would love lunch. Where are we going? And he goes, we're going to the Paradise Casino. I'm figuring lunch will take about 2 hours. I'm like, sir, I am with you. Let us go there and have lunch. And they actually had a good restaurant in there. And then we would just kind of wander. You have to walk it off. And doing this is real good exercise. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. I have one of those personalities too, Joe. So it's like me and casinos, we get along well. Almost too well. So yeah. And oh, fantastic. I'm stuck in traffic. Well, just honk your horn and swear at everyone. That's the cure. And see, here we go. And we just had a comment dump here. Let's see. I'm way behind. Sorry, people. But we're having fun, aren't we? And Cookie will be in the frame at Peoria. I'm hoping she can come with us. As I said at the start of the show, she may have to work this weekend. Long story short, and I promise it'll be short, they are way behind on transporting cars, and so she has got to help out with that. So she not only She's been getting some sweet overtime lately. Let's put it that way. And she may not only be doing it tomorrow. She may be doing it Wednesday. She may be doing it not just Wednesday, but also Sunday too. But we're going to see what happens with it. There is a slight chance she could come with us. And you had a taste of clocks at my house. Oh, that's true. I did. Sarah's lovely home is lined with clocks. It's almost like she's practicing to be a Batman villain or something, because like at 3 p.m. and she warned us, suddenly every clock in the building goes off, and it was enchanting. I thought it was hilarious. I thought it was great. Sarah, I love you. I am so glad you're here. And so is Christian Basil, Sarah Dark Mistress. And stay safe, Joe D. Yeah, definitely. And yes, your altar boy is here. And for the National Small Press Publisher, Brian, how do you teach a cold audience on How do you reach a cold audience on Kickstarter? You said any question. How do you reach a cold audience on Kickstarter? Get them involved in the conversation. Ask them questions, like you just did me. And encourage people to talk. That's the thing. My shows, except for, Comic Book Spectrum is not really, it's more for us, and we do have interaction with the audience. And then Clever Title Pending is very much involved with the audience, and this would not exist were it not for the audience. So yeah, but just basically get them involved, get them engaged in what you're doing. Christian Basil, hug Sarah, missing out on months without his Dark Mistress. And the Skunk Rocker says, since the whole sovereign citizen thing is such a scam anyway, which is the worst kind of scam, the kind that doesn't make any money unless people are hosting seminars on it or something, it makes me wonder if you could do a series on it where you just give people really bad advice and be all like, yes, as a sovereign citizen, you absolutely don't have to wear pants. It's unconstitutional. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, and the thing is, you also put the proper disclaimers in so that when they get hauled into prison for being disruptive, like when they're looking for poster 7 in a post office or something, you have zero liability. He wandered into the post office, gave us grief on, bought a stamp, gave us grief on poster 7, saying they had a constitutional right to film in the lobby and to film everyone that walks in and out, but they weren't wearing any pants. So not only are they getting arrested for violating the peace, they're getting arrested for indecent exposure. Skunk, we got to collaborate on this. I think there's money on this. Oh, love you. I hope you're talking to me, Sarah. I do love you, hon. And I realized I sent you a text message because I have your phone number, and it didn't go through for some reason. I think on my end, not yours. And I was afraid to send it because it's like, this is from months ago. What the hell is this? Thank you, Sarah. I'm glad you're here, honey. I love you. It makes me happy to know you're well. I hope all is well. And Scott Greger says, I'm thinking we could probably make some real money, because that's what a lot of the sovereign citizen people do. Sovereign citizens, by the way, are the #1 domestic terrorists in this country, according to the FBI. Basically, their job is to disrupt things, and a lot of them go onto YouTube and get a lot of their echo chamber going, and they make money from YouTube, basically harassing people at their job, like at post offices or city, county, state public buildings. Or they go into a Walmart and say, well, I can film everyone here that goes through the checkout aisle because I have an absolute First Amendment right to film this. No, you don't. The First Amendment is not absolute, despite what you may think. You cannot shout fire in a crowded theater. You cannot slander or libel anyone. It has parameters. So anyway, here we go. And here we got 20 billion words from Bill Sarton. Anyway, we interrupt the furry fuzzy fez. We interrupt the furry fezzed man for this frivolous announcement. Join the Far Island Groovy Kids by clicking on Sarnart76 on Facebook for better days from yesteryear. You have a few days left to take advantage of my super secret prints, where you can get any of my artwork prints for $10 a piece when you buy 3 or more. They can be purchased safe and securely through PayPal. Just PM Bill Sarton for details. So check out the artwork with Bill Sarton, where everything old is new again. Oh, there we go. I'm glad they have a word limit on Facebook. Yeah, or on the StreamYard. Yeah, what is it? Somebody was saying, well, we need, during one of the StreamYard live seminars a couple weeks ago, somebody said, well, we need to remove that cap limit. We need as many words as we can get. And there were several of us going, oh, hell no, we don't. Because I remember how much fun you guys were having with that. In fact, I would like to see it restricted even more. Because because I think short and sweet is better. But anyway, that's what I've been saying to the girls all these years. Anyway, Carly, I hope you're getting dressed while you watch. I am nearly all ready. Haha. And Michaela Jade says, "Oh, blackjack is my favorite game because I win all the time. I'm pretty good at They took it out at the at least last few times I was there with my boss. They used to have like a roulette wheel, but it was one of those big ones like you'd see like at a county fair. And a friend of mine, we went to a comic show together, and then we went to the riverboat, and he was like, "Oh yes, I'm a great gambler. Oh yes, I win all the time." And he was losing his money left and right. And then I would go in and hit like a slot machine just for fun, and I'd get a payout. And they had the big carnival roulette wheel, the one that's like this instead of like this. And you just put your this is similar betting, and I just put some chips down. I put like $100 on a number, and just for fun, because I had won it, and I thought, I'm always prepared to lose everything I win. I don't really get nervous about it. It makes the gambling more fun. So anyway, he's like, "Well, I'm betting on this number. It's going to come up. You better move yours to where I'm at." I'm like, "Shut up. I'm fine. I don't care." And the funny thing was, it came up on my number, and my friend started haranguing me. "Why'd you put your number?" I said, "Well, I just won. You better, And they scooped up his money, and he's like, "Well, what are you doing? You don't know what you're doing. You're just doing these things at random." I said, "I guess I'm just lucky today. It's okay. Now shut up." And next thing I knew, the wheel was going again, and the guy called, no more bets. And I'm like, crap, I forgot to pick up my money. And my friend's like, "Haha, you're going to lose it all. Haha, you're going to lose everything. You can't take it home now." I said, "I don't care. Shut up." And the thing was, it came on my number again. So I made a crap ton of money. And I said, "Now I'm going to take my money. Now shut up." So anyway, I have fun gambling. And also, I've annoyed a number of people with my good fortune too. Anyway, Rick Bradley, good morning to you. Glad to see you here. Hope your morning is going well, my friend. And Sarah, from Christian Basil. And Rick Bradley says, "My signal is being horrible, but I finally arrived. The show can start." Okay, we've been vamping till you could show up. Thank you, Rick. Check out Rick Bradley's work on Amazon. Rick, wish you could join us tomorrow at the Peoria Civic Center at the Indie Author Book Expo from 10 to 5. It's going to be wonderful. We're going to be there. Eric Hawkins, actually, Brian Hawkins has a crowdfunding group on Facebook. Share your projects there. And that's a really good group. That really is. Please, if you're interested in finding books to support, or you have a book that you want to promote, definitely go to Brian Hawkins' page there. It is great. And I did too. I got some of all four. Good for you, Comics Talk with Pops Van Zandt. And Scott Crocker says, "Well, the thing about cryptocurrency that I will say, and I'm going to leave it at that and not bring it back up again, Brian, I promise, Elon Musk made fun of it on SNL, and the value of Dogecoin dropped." Yeah, that's true. That's true. But the thing is, it's like, I view it as like a stock. Yeah, and Pops, I have 3 out of the 4 that PayPal. I think Dogecoin is the only one I didn't get. But the thing is, yeah, it dropped after Elon Musk made those jokes on Saturday Night Live about it. He also... what was it? He said for a while that you can buy like his products, for his cars and stuff, with Bitcoin, and I think he pulled that back. I think that also was a factor. But there are several other major corporations and banks now that are talking about accepting Bitcoin. So I think if you play the long game, buy it now. It's like stock. Buy low, sell high. And so I'm not worried. I'm taking, and you never want to bet more than you could stand to lose. It's like going into the casino with Jody McPhee and Michaela Jade and William Quinton. What's up, Pops? How's it going, Brian? It is going great. Glad to see you here, William. Hope your morning's going well, my friend. And want to see something scary? Go to google.com maps timeline. I no longer worry about my Vax tracker. Okay. I am going to write that down because that sounds intriguing. This is obviously someplace I'm not meant to go. So, okay. Okay, maps. Sorry, folks. And timeline and Google. Okay. I'll check that out later. This sounds like fun. This sounds like something I'm not meant to know. And Clyde Hall, good to have you again. He was on Comic Book Spectrum with Eric Hawkins and Brian Rodman and myself. And we're getting off for the Nebulizer. BKM said so. Good Friday, Warriors. Definitely. We gotta give our boy Brian some support there. And Scott Crocker says any currency that has the value of it can go down drastically because somebody cracked a joke about it on live television, too volatile to be useful. Yeah, but like I said, it could come back. Elon Musk is not the only guy. If, let's say, for instance, Chase Bank started becoming an intermediary for cryptocurrency, I think it could go up again, something like that. And WSQ in the house. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Thank you, Pops. And from the Desk of a Small Press Publisher, by the way, Glenn B. Fleming will be on From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher this Saturday. Then that is a must-see event. I will be probably on the road by then. But I will definitely check that out. Much love to you and to Glenn. That's going to be a great show. And RTP takes over CromCon for a bit. There we go. Bill Sarn, I know a guy in Metropolis who's selling cryptocurrency. I think it's legit because he's pretty mild-mannered. That's true. You can look him straight in the glasses and know he's telling you the truth before he fries you the heat vision. And sorry to hear that, Molly, from Carly. Carlene, hugs from her. And Pops and saying, we are 346. I'm coming for you, Brian. Shut up, Christian. Yeah, but I know you're coming up from behind. I better clinch. But anyway, drink. Anyway, that's good, Pops. You know, Pops, I've always thought you should be well ahead of me, man. I've just been working at it, but no, I as of this morning, actually, let me see here. Let me see. A little distraction here. I know I'm behind in the comments, and I know we promised to get off of here so you could go over to Brian Rodman's page. But anyway, that's firing up, so we'll come back to it. Anyway, we just passed 500. We want to get 1,000 before the end of the year because, like I said, if we can get further monetization for the show, we are planning some equipment updates and bringing in some extra people to help make the shows look spiffier. So anyway, let's see here. We got that. So anyway, Pops, I'm not in a competition. If you feel the competition, Pops, you're more than welcome to. But I'm not. So we all do what we do. And the Skunk Rocker, it actually boomed. He made the carbon tax tweet and it tanked, says Joe Dog McKeel. Oh, Elon's is a market influencer, but not for the way he thinks. And Milky. Okay, and there we go. And Ted's talking coffee, so we love him. And there are 3 Krogers in Peoria, 1 in Pekin, 1 in Washington. Ask and ye shall receive, says Michaela J. That's why we love you so much, and we'll keep that in mind what we're asking for. Anyway, Molly Dale says, Carlene, thank you. Poor kid's got postpartum depression, missed 3 days from work due to wife having baby, and now child is a week old and has to deal with the death of the first. Yeah, I'm so sorry to hear that. And there is a Friar Tuck's in Peoria. Oh, that's right, there is. That's right. I forgot about that one. I think I'd be going through Champaign, but I think I'll be going through too late because I'm coming back that night too after the soiree. But I think I'm going to be too late to stop anywhere. So, but no truck stops. There are places I can go. No, I know there's a Peoria, not Peoria. There's a Kroger's in Morton, Illinois, where I stop and get Butch's Pizza. I love the white garlic. And Willow Schuyler sneaking in here for a quick hi. I'm at work trying to keep caffeinated. Hope you are all having a good day. Mwah. Willow, you are here. All of our friends are here. The Dark Mistress is here. I couldn't be happier. I hope you're having a great morning. I hope your weekend goes well, Willow. Love you, hon. And Carl Whitson is laughing his buttocks off again. I love how people are telling me where to find liquor in Peoria when it was nearly my second home. Well, we didn't know that. We didn't read your bio, Carl. And Molly Daniels, if that was confusing, sorry. YouTube limits me to 200 characters. I understand that. Well, thanks, Eric, says Carl Witzman. Grant Lanker says, can't believe I almost forgot to plug Beowulf #2 will be on Kickstarter Monday. It is all done. Just needs to get sent to the printer. Very, very cool. Yeah, that's good to see. And also, Grant will be on Clever Title Pending a week from Tuesday, right? And greatest words you can hear in jury duty. You're dismissed. Yeah. Well, it's funny because, they were saying, the judge was saying, well, you will be compensated for this. You'll get $15 just for showing up today. Or he called it the princely sum of $15 and said, and if you're called for jury duty, you'll get $40. I'm like, great. As I was telling people, I've got better ways to make $40 in a day than this. And he said, now you're on your own for lunch, but tonight if we go into the wee hours, and he said, and I think this case might, you'll get fed. We will feed you. Now it's only going to be pizza. And I'm like, I like pizza. This is fine. Molly Dan says, my dad was called several years ago, walked in, recognized the defendant, and greeted him by name. He was excused ASAP. Yeah. One of the first things they did was the judge, basically looked at us all and said, I don't recognize any of you. Do any of you know me personally? Do any of you know the bailiff? Do any of you know the stenographer? And then had the prosecution remove their, stand up, face us and said, do you know these two? And then the defense attorney and the defendant both stood up, and all of them took off their face masks, said, do you recognize us? And we're like, never saw you before in my life. And that was the first thing they established with us was, do we know anyone? I imagine that would, if we had, they'd probably been excused right then and there. And Clyde Hall says, play the entire Wendy's Feast of Legends module. It's hilarious, fun, creative, challenging. It's a great adventure and absolutely free. I'm going to have to look for that, Clyde. Thank you very much for that. And watch reruns of Pillow Talk on my YouTube page or at Skylar Productions here on Facebook. You may also stalk me on Instagram and Twitter, and I do, darling. Believe me, I do. Eric Hawkins, nebulizer lunches in less than an hour. I bet no one can back it before I do. I dare you to try. He goes on further. Carl, Peoria was the first place I ever saw a Friar Tuck's. I spent some time up there working a few years ago. And there's also one in on South Neal Street in Champaign. And Carl Wisman says, love Friar Tuck's and Benny's. And, you get the idea. Too. I wish we had one over here. And I wonder how accurate the show Bull is as they do jury management. I don't know. I've not seen that. So, but it's TV, so don't count on it. If you want to find out the show that cops hate the most at CSI, and you think for all they talk about, oh yes, we talk to policemen. We make sure that we're accurate, and they may talk to the police, but they never let facts get in the way of a good story. Now I want a cheeseburger and some rum. We are working it, aren't we, Carl? And Willow Schuyler says, I'll be available this evening to provide pep talks to those who need it. You are all awesome. Go out and do good deeds. Love you all. Have a great day. Willow, that love is returned tenfold. We love you too. Hope you have a great day and a great weekend. Sarah says, I wonder how long it'll take Brian K. Morris to realize I'm on his page. I see you, darling. I see you in my dreams too, but that's another issue we can discuss later. Walmart observation deck needs to be a thing, says Michaela Jade. I don't think we have one. And everything I just looked up says something similar to this, Brian. It says TyroneTonyReedJr.com. Generally, the decision of the jury must be unanimous in order to sentence the defendant to death. Yeah, in fact, all verdicts must be unanimous or else it's a hung jury. Now, sometimes, and I think this is the function of a judge, and it can be dismissed with prejudice, which means that the person charged cannot be charged again. And I'm only talking about like Illinois, Indiana. I really can't claim any special legal expertise outside of that, other than my law degree from Facebook University. But yeah, it's generally all decisions have to be. It's not a majority. If you ever see the movie 12 Angry Men, if just one person digs in their heels, it's a hung jury. Now, that's not to say the person can't be retried for the crime, but it's just that's just the way it generally goes. But thank you for looking that up. I do appreciate it. Grant Laker, there's a casino in Metropolis. Superman wouldn't approve of that. Oh, I don't know. That's where all the miscreants go. And that's where Clark Kent can see them and then change. And then I'm sure they've got a phone booth on the casino somewhere. And if jury cannot unanimously agree on a sentence, the judge can declare the jury deadlocked and impose the lesser sentence of life without parole. Some states, the judge can still impose a death sentence. Tyrone Tony Reed Jr. Okay, that I wasn't real clear on. That is interesting to know. But I know a lot of times, they'll just retry it, which gives the prosecution time to double down on stuff, and really maybe find some more stuff. And Ted Davies Artistry says, Jody, I'll be at C2E2. We got to coordinate. And thanks to Alexa, says Joe Dog McKeel, I now know you guys will be 452.4 miles away. So I guess I can't sneak up and surprise y'all this weekend. Well, if you left now, you might be able to make it. And Sarah, 10 babies anniversary, Michaela Jade, everyone gets excited because Sarah's here. I'm excited too, but I can't show you. And I'm jealous of all you guys getting to hang out, says Grant Lankard. We'll move closer. Maybe when I get more comic books, it'll make financial sense for me to drive further west. Yeah, seriously. It's like as I got more books and comics, I started expanding my circle too. And I know there are some people that have like very few books, but they show up at a show, and they'll like have to fly in and have their books, shipped in and all. It gets complicated, but I'm not that sexy yet. But I'm hoping in maybe a couple of years, I'm hoping, one, I can hire some assistants, and two, be able to, go to Pennsylvania and see you, go to Pulp Fest. I love that. Do more shows outside of the area. But, or like some authors, I actually know of some authors who actually pay people to sell their books for them. So to get that tall in the industry. And Sarah, where? Sarah's been here, seriously. And yes, Grant, one day you too will be in on the fun, says Michaela Jade. Yes, and we do have fun. You can ask any of us. Michaela Con was a blast. We had a fantastic time for Michaela Con during the lockdown. Like Amy and I and Kathy Jackson, we've gotten together like at various other conventions, and there is a huddle house in Marion, Illinois that doesn't exactly look happy when we all walk in, if you know what I'm saying. Skunkcracker says, I was busy at work, so I couldn't respond right away. Joe Dog, don't be pedantic. The news said that it was SNL. I don't care what the reasoning was. The fact is that cryptocurrency is extremely volatile. That is, in fact, there is a really good video. And Skunk, if you're interested, send me a DM and I'll get you a link to it. But someone put on a link, and it's got Epic Lloyd from Epic Rap Battles of History, and you probably have seen it. But it's a discussion of cryptocurrency versus traditional banking, and it's very well balanced on both sides. That it doesn't favor banks over cryptocurrency. In fact, that surprised me because I would have thought that a case would have been made. Well, you need to get cryptocurrency and forget the stodgy old banks. But the banks were saying, we don't pay a lot of interest. We are less volatile. And the reason we are so is that we assume more of the financial risk. Whereas cryptocurrency, if it weren't, and there's also a debate on cryptocurrency because it takes up so much energy because it's basically ones and zeros. There are some people who don't indulge in cryptocurrency because of the effect on the environment because of that. So anyway, and now I'm going to shut up and not talk about it anymore. Don't bring it up again. You heard Skunk Rocker. Don't bring it up again unless I do. And Carl's been put in his place. And the best burger in Illinois is the old burger at the bar in Chillicothe, Illinois. I've not been there, Michaela. That sounds good. And don't die if you eat a cookie and eat a cheeseburger. I'm for it now. Sarah says, don't forget, we both have each other's numbers, Brian K. Morris. Oh, you've got my number, all right. If we text and miss each other, we will catch up. Do I really love to see you in person? Atave, save you a lot of gas money or text or call. Love you a long time. Love you a long time, too. Love the out of you. I really do. That will never change, darling. And I haven't seen Sarah in forever. And the casino is open till 4 a.m., says Michaela Jade. That's good to know. Thank you, Michaela. Emily Daniel says, hates the fact they took out taxes. $280 minus taxes, $188. Darn it. Dang. And we just had a comment dump as I did that. Let's see. Here we go. There we go. Almost there. Yeah, and I'm way behind. We've had some good conversation this morning. And let's see. Here we go. Oh, man, I'm going to be so far behind. And there's Brian Rodman. Oh my God. Okay, we're there. Yes, we do have each other's numbers. So I may text you later, Sarah, but you're going to get one text that's like a couple months old. So I was worried about you. And I only noticed it didn't go through like last week. And I'm like, oh crap, she probably thinks I hate her. But anyway, dear God, some of those messages are from failing talk to text. Yeah, I know. Yes, it's a good thing I speak autocorrect. And Molly Dale, it's time for me to get dressed and pick up the granddaughter from summer school. Have a wonderful Memorial Day weekend. You too, Molly. Much love to you, hon. And the family. And there's a place in Pittsburgh, says Grant Liker, called Burgatory. It's freaking delicious. There's also a place called Hot Dogma. So apparently the meat in Pittsburgh is sacrilegious. I'm there. On a serious note, says Michaela J., drive safely and I'll see you all later. Yes, definitely. And Adrian Johnson, good to see you. Good morning to you. Hope you're doing well this morning, my friend. And there he is, the man of the noon hour. Good morning, my fellow Brian and Nevermore is just dropping in here really quick to viciously spam the crap out of you. At noon, head on over and join him and Robin, his lovely wife, Robin, as we launch the nebulizer live on Kickstarter. Head to the link below and sign up. And at noon, it will lead you directly to the live campaign. Definitely do that. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm trying to get this done so we can get everyone over there. And there is that link to the nebulizer. Take a screenshot quick. And you may have to put a HTTP colon / in front of it, but definitely check that out. Hit that link on Facebook, and you'll be transported magically. And Cookie was on the frame of my patio screen and found the ground at the same time. Yeah, I found the ground too in your patio too. I guess the swing just couldn't hold us both. Anyways, Scott Cracker, Sarah's on a regular Doc Brown, huh? She travels in time and space. She's awesome. And I agree with you, Brian. I only go for casinos for the buffet. Yeah, I do too. The Peoria one used to have a really good one. I doubt it's open now because Illinois is still in a little bit of restriction. So, patio swing, damn, my phone hates me. Well, I love you enough for both of us, okay? And question, how you encourage folks to buy a book on Amazon if it's been on for a month. Keep reminding them it's there, Philip Thompson. Just because your book's been out a month doesn't mean it stops selling. Keep talking it up. Keep telling people you have more in the pipeline. Keep believing in that book, man. You've got some good stuff there. And somebody who didn't see your message, because all messages on Facebook or Twitter or wherever have a time limit of effectiveness before they're pushed down due to other comments. So you just have to keep at it and believe in your product and yourself, Phil, because I believe in you too. And oh my God, that reminds me, Grant says, the Skunk Rocker, I got dragged kicking and screaming into a 4-hour one-sided discussion on casino buffets the other day with my roommate. I kept telling him I didn't care. Well, that's the worst thing you can do. It's like Christian telling people stop typing. You know what I'm saying? It does not end the conversation. In fact, they figure they've got something to prove at that point. I'm so sorry. Pops Van Zandt from Comics Talk says, in some places, a banana hammock is all you need, not pants. And how would you never mind that? Anyway, Scott Crocker, well, the Caesar's Palace has a $65 buffet and the Golden Nugget has a $45 buffet. Who cares? I don't care about the buffet. Shut up. The Metropolis buffet is really good, and it's only about $25. It's worth it, though, because all the stuff there it's made on site. It's not like out of a box. And Sarah, says Pops Van Zandt. Sarah says, encourage people by stripping them, then lick the spine. That's what we're about, girlfriend. And I admit, all the spines you've missed me licking on here as I've missed you. And I'm doing okay. It was recommended by my therapist to put my laptop away for a while, but all is well. I thought that might be it. And love and hugs to you too, darling. And that shows a great deal of strength of character. But yeah, I gotta say, sometimes I unplug too for my own mental health, and it helps a lot. And Sarah, are you saying the short and sweet is the man's body as a whole, or we'll have to discuss that sometime in person. And the Wheel of Fortune as opposed to roulette. Thank you for the Deso Small Press Publisher. Yeah, I think they had another fancy name for it, but yeah, I was blanking out on the name. Thank you for that. I get so focused on this show occasionally. And Brian, I like filling up the screen of text. It makes you look like Wilson the neighbor from the Tim Allen Home Improvement. Well, you know what? I don't have to read all of them either, Bill. Keep that in mind. It may deal with my amusement level and also the fact that it takes a lot of time, and you might think about doing like little bits, seriously, that I can read quickly so we can just keep the show moving, because it does, it can, when you fill the screen like that, bring the show to a halt. So anyway, Scott Crocker says, Harry Anderson said in his book, Games You Can't Lose, Games You Can't Win, that the idea behind Vegas isn't to make a lot of money, it's to have fun. So if you're having fun, you're already a winner. That's how I treat it. I go to a casino, get my tokens, and then I just play till the tokens run out. Now, sometimes I'll have like a separate, like if I have like a really big win, I may put some away and make sure I have something to take home. But for the most part, I just play till, I take a 20 and I play till it's gone, And I have so much fun. And of course, in the same book, he did quote Rodney Dangerfield, "You may already be a loser." And from this was Small Press Publisher, Sarah's here. I hear no purring. Oh, you do, but it's me. And Aunt Donna is prepared to be loaded into the van and taken away. They've come to take her away. They've come to take her. No, anyway, that could be a strike on my YouTube. Anyway, well, Joe, I'm not being petted, so why should I purr? Says the skunk rocker. Well, you wait till HalloCon, young man. And says Grant Lankard. I used to be a taxi driver. I remember driving people to the casino. Casinos couldn't build these giant marble and gold buildings if it were possible to game the system. Yeah, and there's so many. Basically, each state has its own regulations on them. If they do try to game the system, they get caught. There are so many backups on this, and great on skunks as that's a Small Press Publisher, and one. Okay, and Grant Lankard says, everybody thinks they have a system when it comes to gambling at casinos. I remember always thinking, yeah, I'm the guy who could barely string two sentences together, figured it out. Yeah. What's terrifying to me is to watch the people who think they can make a career of it, and they sit there with these dead eyes and they're putting coin after coin like a rhythm, coin, and just watching it all go away. And then there was one guy who was going around the casino and he'd play a slot machine and then go to another one, play it, then go to another one, play it. I was following him, and I was making some serious money that day. And 30 minutes to feed Cookie. I've actually got 9, but thank you for this, Small Press Publisher. And there's so many clocks in my house now that if they go from beginning to end in 15 minutes straight, oh my God, I can imagine that. This sounds like that's something they should be doing at Gitmo. And Elon has also said we are living in a virtual reality like the Matrix. So, yeah, Elon's interesting, but he's going to get us some Mars, damn it. And time to load Carly, stuff her in the van, says Carl Witzman. Have a great one, everyone. See some of the cool kids in Peoria. And me too, Carl. Don't forget me. And Carl, you and Carly, drive safe, okay? Love you guys, and we will talk to you tonight probably. And see you in Peoria. Definitely ACUF Creations. We'll see a lot of people, all the fun people in Peoria. And Scott Carter, I just want to point out that the Dark Mistress has already had her presence felt. 14 watching, 16 like. We needed her back to get my YouTube numbers up. Thank you, Skunk. Thank you, darling. My darling Sarah. And see everyone in Peoria. Carlene. Be safe, hon. We will see you tomorrow. Expect hugs. And Comics Talk Boss fans saying, I got better ways to make $40. Shut up, Christian. Yeah, that's right. And Carlene says, first time I got called, I was asked if I knew anyone on the police force. Does a brother-in-law, 2 cousins, a friend count? Yeah, dismissed. Yeah, the minute I said I'd taken the Citizens Academy twice here in Peoria, or not in Peoria, I think I want to be there so bad. Here in Lafayette that I can feel the bromance between me and between me and the defending attorney vanish at that moment. And Molly Bull is very accurate. Wow. And Bill Sarn says, hey, Brian, there's some cryptocurrency you buy pretty cheap, but you have to purchase it in person at this Castle of Transylvania. The guy who's selling it is named Alucard. I think he got that mixed up there. I've heard of someone there like that. Anyway, John, I'm sending my agent Jonathan Harkness there. Anyway, Joe Dog McKeel says, or Jonathan Harker rather, says Joe Dog McKeel, I've been told the closest police show to reality was Barney Miller. Yeah, I've heard that too. I've heard that Barney Miller is probably the most accurate, one of the most accurate cop shows on the air. And good to know. I love that show. And Grant Lankard says, I'm intrigued by the Wendy's video game. Does anyone remember Chex Quest around 97 or 98? It was a free CD that came in Chex box, but for some reason it was one of the best games I ever played. Well, and it was funny because I contributed to Karen Nicole's Fire Bitch, and she has an 8-bit game featuring herself, and I'm having a blast with it. I wheel that thing out and play it every now and then. It's a real quick game because I'm not very good at it, but it's a lot of fun. And Molly Daniel says, 10 minutes till I have to leave. We'll catch the rest later today. Mwah, Molly, have a great day, my darling. We will talk to you later. Carl, and Barney Miller was shot in a closet? No. He lived a full active life. No one tagged him. And great show as always, Brian. Thank you, Bill Sarn. But I got a boogie. Everyone have a great Memorial Day weekend. And remember the real reason we get to enjoy it. Via Candidas Amigos. Happy trails, my brother. You have a great evening, and we will talk to you soon. Have fun at the auction if it's on. And Scott Cracker, hey, Grant, good news. Chex Quest got got so nostalgically popular, it got re-released with additional chapters, multiplayer, and character skins. Holy cats. And Carly Carleen, it was a small set. That's true. And Molly Daniels, also family coming in this afternoon for our rendezvous celebration. Oh, the rendezvous. Oh man, I haven't been to the rendezvous in ages. I love it. I will get a buffalo burger and a stuffed mushroom for breakfast tomorrow. Yeah, I've had the buffalo burgers. Cookie took me to the rendezvous a couple of times, and they serve fresh buffalo meat there. Buffalo meat and my digestive tract don't agree with each other. Let's just say I'm not to be downwind. You're not to be downwind of me after one of those. I can have the ones that they've had like at TGI Fridays or something like that. And Carly Carleen mocks Joe Dog McKeel with her laughter, and that's awesome, Skunk. And a stuffed mushroom, that must be one awesome shroom. And you know that Chex Quest was just Doom with the skin over, right? As the Skunk Rocker. And Grant Laker says, I actually like Chex Quest better than Doom, which it was a ripoff of. And so technically, if you own Chex Quest, you could just run regular. And haha, sorry, Skunk, I didn't see your comment right before that, says Grant Lankard. And custom Doom levels with the Chex Quest stuff on it. And hello, Sarah, because those are my family on YouTube. We're happy you're here. We missed you, darling. You have no idea how much. And that was a miss, for instance, Molly Dales. An order of stuffed mushrooms and maybe even creek taters. Got a bonus from work on my bank account this morning. Well, good for you. And woohoo, Molly from Carly Carleen. Molly says, hate the fact they took out taxes. 280 minus taxes of 188. Damn, you're fun. You're buying a casino, I guess. And I agree with you, Skunk, but Chex Quest was free. So Chex Quest over Doom, says Grant Lankard. Sarah. Text and Talks is overrated, so I will try poking each button. Oh, baby, I love when you start poking. And dear Lord, some of my posts don't make sense, but they are making me laugh because I can't wait. Does this happen to you? You get trying to read it. Yes. That's why I found I don't like using the text on my phone. So I found a thing that I can actually do messaging through my phone, but on my laptop. Microsoft makes that thing, and I like it. And welcome to Brian's new show. It's called Chex Quest and Cryptocurrency Talk. That's right. We're going to get those subscribers yet. And yes, but what I'm saying is you could run Doom custom levels in Chex Quest, says Skunk Rocker. Okay, he continues. Since Brian Rodman is wanting to get everybody over to the Nebulizer, and support that Kickstarter, y'all. I saw the action figure. It was cool. Yes, Brian Rodman has an action figure for the Nebulizer. You want in on this, seriously. And No Difey Cookie, Rodman, how is it on? Say bye-bye. And yes, definitely. In 3 minutes, Brian Rodman's campaign for the Nebulizer is going to launch. Please go to his pages on YouTube and on Facebook and get in on the Nebulizer. I have seen some of the advanced work on it. Oh my God, it's gorgeous. If you like Memoirs of an Angel, you're going to love this. This has got some smiles in it. Don't die, feed cookies, said Skunk Rocker, and everyone have a fun, creative Memorial Day. I'm going to spend it sitting at home doing nothing but drinking beer. That sounds creative and good enough for me. Love you, Skunk. Thank you for being here. And bye, Carly. Mwah. Donna, have a great drive over there. We'll see you later on. CromCon 14 all weekend long. Y'all have a great Memorial Day weekend. Pops fans and you too, brother. Have a great one. Enjoy your CromCon, and we will check in when we can. Mostly on Sunday. And have a safe weekend, everyone. Thanks, Brian, for all you do. Thank you for all you do, Ted. And much success and good health to everyone. Hey, you have a great weekend. We'll be tuning in tonight for Drinking with the Davies at 6 p.m. It's going to be great. And where is Teresa Dunn? Has she taken time for herself now as well? No, she was here at the start of the show. She doesn't always stay till the end of the show, so I will send your love. And from this was Small Press Publisher, I thought Hal Linden was still alive, that the actor who played Detective Fish died. Yeah, I think, Fish is gone. The, of course, the Asian detective was gone. He played the priest in, I'm blanking on the names, I'm so sorry, but Ron Glass, he's gone now too. And I know the one who played Wojo Howitz is still around. In fact, he's been doing a lot of directing in recent years. He directed a number of episodes of Barney Miller. And James Gregory, who played the captain, he's gone. And I think Barbara Barry, who played Hal Linden's wife in the first few seasons, is gone, passed on too. But I think I'm not sure about Hal Linden. I don't know if he's still alive or not, but I know Wojciech Howitz is. So Nick Tockard says, skating in late but not absent. Hello all. Mwah. Nick, thank you again for taking over on Wednesday. That was so great. And Ted Davies Artistry, by the way, Grant Lankard on TED Talks Live Tuesday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern. You got to tune into that. And Don't Die Feed Cookie. Thank you, Grant Lankard. I might go get a cheeseburger for lunch. Have a wonderful day, Brian, and what great weekend. Actually, that goes for everybody, and never mind the Furthermore Lab. And it's 12 noon exactly, so please go on over, abandon me, really, right now. Go over to brianrodman.com. Go to Brian Rodman's page on Facebook. Go to his YouTube page and get in on the nebulizer right now. Let's get this guy over the top immediately, okay? I don't know how much he's going for, but he's got a Kickstarter campaign. The nebulizer is amazing. It's a post-apocalyptic world where allergens have taken mutant form, and there is one man who fights against them, the nebulizer, with his feisty AI that sounds very, very familiar, I'm told. Anyway, please check it out, and thank you all for being here. So we're going to clean this up real fast. So we're going to get to our cards, and if you make a comment now, thank you, but we're moving on. Please go over to the other page. In fact, a lot of people have. Yes, that's what we want. And for you 8 who are still here, thank you for being here. So we're going to do the litany here. We want to thank Plasma Fire Graphics for sponsoring this episode. As always, Plasma Fire Graphics, and the look of your book matters to you because it matters to your readers, because your readers deserve the best. So give them Plasma Fire Graphics. Check them out at plasmafiregraphics.com and on Facebook when the look of your book matters to you. Thank you to our Patreon subscribers. You can support your favorite creators with a small monthly donation, like a subscription to their creativity on patreon.com. I have it. Many of the people who you see on this card here have it as well. So please check us all out. You can check out what I am offering in exchange for your support at www.patreon.com/Brian K. Morris. Also, don't forget my brand new book, Snow Ambition, available now on Amazon for only 99 cents. It's a quick crime book. You will dig it, as Abraham Snow is recognized by a ne'er-do-well under his assumed name when he went underground to infiltrate an international crime cartel. And if he doesn't go along with this dweeb's plan, his family could die. If he does, he could die for real. Also, check out the Rising Tide Broadcast Network. We have broadcast excellence 7 days a week. We've got information and education and all kinds of entertainment all the time. Check out Drinking with the Davies at 6 p.m. tonight when Chrissy and Ted Davies unveil the dumpster fire. It ought to be a glorious show. Then Tidbits and Scribbles with Michaela Jade at 7 p.m. Eastern, where she talks about how to sell your books at shows and how to behave. I probably should tune in for that. And then at 8 p.m. is the Historical Fencing Guild with our very own Nick Tockard. Please check it out. That's always a good time. And then Saturday night at 11 p.m. is the Stupid O'Clock show with all kinds of great after-hours conversation. Then we wrap up your week with Comics, Chaos, and Sass with the lovely and delightful Heather Ellen at 10 p.m. on Sunday. So please check it out. Take a screenshot of this schedule. You'll be glad you did. And also, folks, we hope that we see you this weekend at the Indie Author Book Expo in Peoria, Illinois at 201 Southwest Jefferson Avenue, Peoria, Illinois at the Peoria Civic Center. Look at all these lovely people there. Michaela Jade, Kathy Jackson, Amy Hale, Richard Hendricks, Jessica Hendricks, T.L. Shively, and Donna Carleen, and the equally lovely Carl Witzman. Anyway, please check us out. Admission is free. We'd love to see you. We are going to have a glorious time, and we want you in on the fun. Plus, we have brand new product. Yeah, we've been producing over the hiatus. So please come see us in Peoria. We would love to check you out and to have you check us out. And let's see what we got. And Sarah, I love you, darling. I don't know what you had to say, but I hope it said I out of you, because I do you too. Anyway, take care, everyone. Thank you for watching the show, and I hope you're supporting Brian Rodman right now on and we've only got a couple of people left. This is great. I love it. Anyway, please support Brian Rodman, and we'll see you Monday morning on another episode of Nevermind the Furthermore. So as always, folks, stay smart, stay safe, wash your hands, and never apologize for being awesome. We will see you Monday morning at 10 a.m. on Nevermind the Furthermore. Have a great weekend. Catch you in Peoria.
From author Brian K. Morris comes a tale of irreverent holiday horror, told with much inappropriate humor. Dr. Victor Frankenstein creates the spirit of giving himself. Ho, ho, ho! Santastine, or the post-holiday Prometheus. Available at Amazon.com. Get your copy today.
Author Cindy Kep is writing on the edge. Books include Remnant in the Stars, The Loudest Actions, Lines of Succession, Mindstorm, Condemned Courier, the Yerushalayim series, and Animal Eye. Find author Cindy Kep at CKOEPP.com today.
Now, every Sunday morning, longtime independent comics creator and Indie Vault podcaster Randy Zimmerman hosts a discussion on the lighter side of comics, the more whimsical and fun comics out there, on the Sunday Funnies. That's 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time every Sunday on Indie Vault, IndieVault.com, the Indie Vault YouTube channel, and the usual Indie Vault sites on Facebook. Listen in, won't you? Participate in the chat. Let's have some fun. See you there.
Reels and Heels is a podcast that discusses movies, television, wrestling, and more. With a rotating guest list of friends and filmmakers alike, Reels and Heels salutes the creative arts of all kinds. Join Brian Winzeloff and Nicole Jobin live every Saturday at 2:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Reels and Heels.
Stormgate Press presents Pulp Reality 2. 10 new short stories from today's leading authors and illustrators in the new pulp genre. Packed with pirates, private eyes, aliens, automatons, villains, and vigilantes. High adventure, wondrous fantasy, mysterious horror, and startling science fiction await. Pick up a copy and be transported to astonishing places and travel to amazing times in the golden age pulp style. This is Pulp Reality 2. Available now on Amazon.com.
This is the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Subscribe to us wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts. Also catch us on the HWWS Web TV YouTube channel. Subscribe today and become part of the legend.